Oh god, that's so freaking... That's just lovely. What's up, you guys? It is Katya Bulks, and I know it's been quite a while since I've posted anything. It's just... That's why I guess I'm here to talk with you. I was seriously like all day contemplating on this video, like thinking in my mind, what am I going to talk about? How am I going to talk about it? Like, how am I going to communicate this? But, I mean, you guys obviously see the title. CNS. Let's just talk about this. I guess we're gonna get down to the business of it, but the central nervous system, and talk about like fatiguing your central nervous system slash kind of your central nervous system crashing. And you're probably like, what does that mean? Either you're here because you're wondering what that means. Second, you could be here because you think you know what it means, you've heard it about, you know, tossed around that term, want to know more about it, or maybe you think it's happening to you right now and you're not super sure, because there's definitely a difference of adrenal fatigue versus your central nervous system just like crashing and burning. And then otherwise you might just be here because you saw the thumbnail and you're like, oh, go check out this person, or you're one of my subscribers, which hello, one of my subscribers. I love you guys. If you're not subscribed to me, click that subscribe button right now. I am so tired. Yes, so let's get to talking about the central nervous system. As you can tell, mine is not really functioning very well right now. So when I'm talking about central nervous system fatigue, I'm talking about this as being an effect of overtraining. Now, overtraining is definitely a thing that anybody can do without it really affecting the central nervous system exactly. And of course this is completely different from adrenal fatigue. That has a lot to do more with overstimulation of the adrenal glands. That's the things that they're like, I think there's like the size of your thumbs somewhere in your body. I don't really know. I'll insert a picture right here of what it is, but yeah. So the adrenal gland, it starts from those, like, obviously those glands, and whenever you have a lot of caffeine, it just like stimulates until you get used to it. And that's why people literally get addicted to like caffeine and coffee, because they just forget how to, I mean, the adrenal glands forget how to kind of produce that energy naturally, and now you're just relying on caffeine to give you that false stimulation. And that's why it's always good to cycle off of pre-workouts and caffeine and stuff like that, which sucks, because I've totally gone through a detox and it's like the worst thing ever, but it's so important for your body. But yeah, the central nervous system obviously stems from like the brain, and that's obviously a lot different than glands. I'm really good at talking, as you can tell. But I want to talk about, for those who may be interested in thinking, is this happening to me right now and how to identify it? And of course, if this is happening to you, how to fix it and stuff like that. As for me, and then I'll also talk about kind of like what I was experiencing when I realized, oh, I'm just completely destroying mine. So yes, I'm looking at an article right now, so that's why my face is like facing this way. But yeah, I'll link it down below as well for you guys to check out and read more about it and like understand the central nervous system, stuff like that. But symptoms of the fatigue of the central nervous system may be decrease in performance, increased resting heart rate, slowed reflexes, irritability, loss of motivation, decreased sex drive, mental sluggishness, and discomfort, and any physical exertion. So mine definitely was the decrease in performance. I definitely had an increased resting heart rate, kind of the slowed reflexes, somewhat of a loss of motivation, a lot of mental sluggishness, and definitely discomfort in physical exertion. So I was noticing this definitely when on, what was it? Well, I was, yeah, as you guys know, I was like running Shaco, and on Wednesday, like I just tried doing the deadlifts and it just not felt good. So I thought, okay, Thursday I'll go in and I finished the deadlift part, so I was like, I'll start with bench. I was like warming up on bench, only warming up, not even at my top set, and it was like feeling heavy. It was just feeling like so like heavier than it should. It should have moved like quickly. Like it was moving, but it was like difficult, and like my lats were still super sore. So like another thing that it doesn't really say about on here, but definitely when you're fatiguing, whether it's the adrenal gland or the central nervous system, you're not gonna feel like the recovery quite the same. And like, oh man, I'm like still figuring out how I'm like talking about all this video. There's a lot of information on all of this stuff, but that has to do with stuff, which obviously stuff, which I'll talk about what happened with my body and how I kind of caused it, so it can kind of help you identify how not to let it cause. Yeah, how to not let yourself fall into it, I guess. Is that what I'm trying to say? I'm really great at articulating right now, as you can tell. A wonderful talker. That's why I made a YouTube channel. Yeah. So yeah. But yeah, I was just like noticing, like, at that point, like, my body's not recovering the way it should be, and everything's feeling like beyond heavy on just like warm-up weights. Like, gosh, I can't remember. I wasn't even up to even like 95 pounds on bench. It was like, it was feeling heavy, which is really weird for me because bench has been, has been increasing like really fast, and is definitely one of my strongest lifts, and definitely my squats. But as you guys remember, also, like, my deadlifts have not even been close to where they used to be, and I mean, that could be for the fact that I've been focusing more on my squat, or the fact that I'm not recovering the same. So pretty much how I caused this, I guess, for myself, is I was training like a powerlifter, but eating like a bodybuilder. Now you're probably like, what the frick does that mean? Well, when you're training like a powerlifter, you're training for strength, meaning you should be eating like a powerlifter. You should be eating towards your goals. And so I should have been eating, if not at maintenance, maybe at a surplus, to help build that strength. Yet I was carb cycling in a manner of like a bodybuilding style, but I wasn't training at the time like a bodybuilder. But even on top of like the powerlifting program that I was doing, I was still doing in between cardio and like bodybuilding workouts. Like, I was just doing way too much from that my body was like being able to handle. And yeah, it took like about, I would say it's now been a month and a half for it to catch up to my body. But yeah, sometimes it takes a while. It's not going to be immediate, because whenever you start something new, your body's like, okay, we're starting something new, and then it just like slows down and sluggish, and then it's like, what's happening to me? And it just feels like it's shutting down. So for you guys out there that you might feel like your body could be just feeling like it's shutting down, you got to evaluate what's the things going on. Am I physically overtraining? Like, sometimes overtraining can mean either you are taking an off day or you're not taking enough off days, especially depending on like the intensity of your workouts. Like Shaco, there's a reason it was 3 times a week, because it was so intense that it needed all those other off days for you to recover. Yet I wasn't allowing my body to recover during those off days. No, I was just continually pushing myself. Yeah, everyone's like, push yourself. It's always good to push yourself, you know? That's how you make gains. Like, that's the mentality of this like whole fitnessy kind of world, is that you just always have to push yourself. But people kind of forget the importance of rest days and letting your body fully recover. You know, such as like people forget the importance of refeed days when they're on a caloric deficit, stuff like that, like, and fixing your metabolism. And the same is with your body and like your central nervous system and how it affects it. And so literally I've been feeling like a brain fog, and it's just like I'm awake, but I haven't even been able to like sit down and do homework, because I feel like I just stare at the page and I'm just like, have no motivation. There's like this complete loss of motivation, and it sucks because it's like I really want to get back into the gym. Like, I think I feel okay, but it's like I know I need to take an entire week off, and that's what I'm going to be doing. I upped my calories, and I'm not gonna do any kind of cycle. So, and like, I don't want to mention like my calorie intake right now. It's just like, because I don't want anybody to copy it or whatever. But that's personal for me, and so I'm just trying to like eat enough. And then after that, I'm thinking what I'm going to just do is either maintain it or kind of start going up towards my general maintenance calorie. Since I'm not working out, I'm trying to keep that maintenance calorie a little low so I don't just like gain weight. Because yeah, I just want to take this week off. I might even try to get out of doing my soccer PE. Because I feel like need to do nothing. Like, unfortunately, work is a physical activity, since I clean and take out trash and stuff like that, so I'm still moving, so I'm just like, I'm gonna minimize it to that being like my physical activity, honestly. So it's gonna be tough not going into the gym, and like I'll definitely miss it. But and then plus my friend, we're gonna, with our club, our lifting club here, we want to put on a mock meet, and I'd like to compete in it just for fun, and that's in like 3 weeks. I'm like, I really need myself then to recover if I really want to try doing something like that. So, but yeah, for you guys who are just like coming here and thinking this may be happening to me, really evaluate what's going on. Like, what is your training style? Like, definitely, are you taking enough rest days for the level intensity of your workouts? Are you eating right? Are you eating according to your goals? If you're trying to like gain muscle, you should not be at a deficit. It's like, oh god, I'm stupid for doing it myself. And you're probably like, well, then why'd you do it? I don't know. I just thought maybe, possibly, but to be real, just don't allow yourself to do something like that. Just focus on what your goals are, and I've been really trying to work on what my goals are. Like talking to my friend and like trying to set up what is a smart goal, something, you know, sustainable, or not sustainable, what is it? Forgot. Specific, measurable, action-oriented, realistic, and timely. So that's what goals need to be. And so for me, I know I want to compete. I don't, as for timeliness, like I don't know if it's going to be a year and a half to 2 years, but that's something that I know I really, really, really want to accomplish. I don't know what it is about competing, but I just really want to do it. And yeah, so I just still don't know when it's going to happen, because obviously it also requires money, and I don't really have money. So I'm stuck in a little conundrum right now. So when it comes to recovering and fixing your central nervous system, or even your adrenal gland, cut out caffeine, people. Just cut out the caffeine. I know it's going to be the worst detox. I know exactly how it feels, but you need to do it. For the central nervous system, since that's like your brain bodily, I would say go back to a maintenance calorie. If it was caused by a deficit, if it's caused by overtraining, I would say take a week off, like legit a week off at the least, because your body just needs to rest and recover and like fix all those synapses that, my computer thing, fix all those synapses that are disconnecting and that are just moving much slower. Eating well, of course, as I just said, but getting proper nutrition, so try to like get a lot of whole foods, a lot of greens, vegetables, fruits, all those kind of stuff. Excuse me. One of the things I've been trying to implement a lot of is, and I highly recommend it, spirulina. This is pretty much a natural, almost like a multivitamin. It's got a lot of good things in it. It's got B12, iron, magnesium, manganese. Magnesium is so good for you, and like also potassium. So your bananas, stuff like that. Walnuts are really good for the brain. I forgot why they're good for the brain, but they're really good for the brain. I just remember looking that up once and they're being like, it's good for the brain. So I'm like, okay. And I read all about it, but I can't remember. Because as I said, I have a brain fog right now. I ate all my walnuts. But yeah, magnesium, that's why. But yeah, magnesium, stuff like that. If you are taking a multivitamin, keep that up. If you're not taking a multivitamin, take a multivitamin. That's such an important supplement in your regimen. I mean, me, I have like spirulina and all these other super green stuff that have like a full spectrum multivitamin, so I don't take a pill multivitamin right now, because I don't think I need it when I'm taking all that stuff and eating a lot of fruits and vegetables. But yes, so I'm just trying to do that, find that balance, and not worry too much about like any weight gain, because sometimes your body needs to naturally like gain some weight because it's out of balance. Like, your body will find its proper balance on its own as long as you treat it correctly, because obviously like people who are stage lean, that's not something sustainable, and that's not where your body is supposed to be naturally. That's why it's called stage lean, not forever lean, you know. So yes, I hope this was informational, helpful to all of you guys out there who may be having the same question at the top of your mind. And yeah, I just am hoping this will be important for you and that you can take this all into consideration. So give it a nice big thumbs up if you found this informational and very good for you. Gosh, I'm wonderful at talking. Click that subscribe button so you can find out more fantasy stuff and me being stupid to my own body. I don't know. I abuse myself. So, yeah, I'm gonna go rest. And now that I'm starting to get my mentality back, I'm gonna try doing homework and studying because I have a test tomorrow. So I've been trying to drink a lot of water and doing good stuff like that to my body. So go do that for yourself. Yeah. I love you guys. And I'll see you whenever I make another video. Oh yeah, if you have recommendations and other weird stuff you want me to talk about, comment that below. Because I know there's a lot of fitness topics that I know aren't really talked about, and that's why I really found it really important that I make this video. Because I was like, I can't really find enough about the central nervous system and people talking about it and fatiguing it and stuff like that and people talking about it. Oh my gosh, I keep repeating myself. I'll see you guys later and yeah. Bye.